What's up, you guys? What's up? What's up? By the dip. So we got we got Tom Lee saying to buy the dip. Um, cause a thing that they point out that I also been saying how of a play, how obvious this was. It was a discount move for the rich. That's all it was. Cause just look at the play that it had. You had earnings Wednesday and Thursday coming out with good news. You just had Friday of last week ending with the hey, you guys, I'm gonna talk to Europe about about tariffs, and the market reacted happy, and then it opened. It was happy because of that announcement. Then Monday, I believe, he Yellow Man Trump. He also announced that he was gonna give China a break or whatever and extend the deal or the tariff bullshit for another week or two or so or not. I think August 7th. On top, so those two major deals or two events were big for the market. It was like a relief. Like, finally, like he dealt with these two big guys before the end of the tariff deal bullshit, whatever it was. So on top of that, yeah, that on top of that, the data that was coming out was so far good, and not just that, earnings was helping out. So the market was getting ready for the last week, for the for the last day, and here you have Wednesday coming up overnight. All excited, you're seeing how the market is getting excited overnight, and of course the market is always going to retrace on down back again and whatnot. But the fact that on Thursday I didn't know or didn't realize, not Thursday, but Thursday was your first bad news because I believe Friday we had some data, the 7 o'clock data, but I don't think it was that. I think it was Thursday data that came out because you could see something triggered it on Thursday. So it was either data that came out, data that came out. Let's see, at 7 o'clock on Thursday. Yeah, data that came out or at 5 o'clock in the morning. That could have been too. So, anyways, because this market was already telling you, anyways, I went over this. So another thing, so that played out like that, right? Everybody was so hyped up. Everybody was buying stocks. Everybody was making call options. Everybody was in on the buy, right? So just think about that. You, as the main master of this whole game, you're seeing how these little rookies, including myself, including the big guys, not just people with just in the thousands and hundreds of thousands, not millions, but just all those still retailers that have that money that are going in, that got liquidated like crazy, that panicked, that sold all their stocks, crypto, Bitcoin, because even Bitcoin and Ethereum felt this shit. XRP, all these coins, they sold like panic because they you got influencers, you got social media. There's a top recession based on the event that happened. First of all, the bad numbers, which I already talked about in my other video, and so now these bad numbers is what you exactly wanted or what you want to cut interest rates because that's what they were waiting for. They're waiting for the market to start showing signs, especially the labor numbers. They've been saying this over and over and over, especially Powell. They mentioned, hey, we're looking out for the labor market because that's the first signal that tell us the market's going bad, and you don't want those numbers to keep on going down because we really will start into a recession, so on and so on. So that's what they're scared of. So the fact that you know that if you don't do any action um, about cutting interest rate, the market's gonna get more scared and start dropping now. So this is like they played you. They you said this is what you would do if the market looks bad, or if the market looks bad, you would do it. So it's like they set it up for you. Well, here you go. Now you're gonna cut interest rates, but at the same time, you fire the person that was taking care of all this. So now you have people you've been worried of who you're gonna put in charge. They're gonna put in charge somebody that listens to Trump and that's what Trump wants, or are they gonna do and based on what the data and the numbers are saying, we're not listen to that. So that's another thing that investors and people are worried about. Who are you gonna put in that position? Um, of anyways, taking care of that, and then that person will have to listen to Trump. So that's gonna be another thing that's gonna scare investors of, hey, is this data real now, or are you manipulating just because your boss Trump told you to do it? That's another thing how investors are gonna be worried about now. So, anyways, another thing that I was paying attention is as it went down, look where it stopped. So the first one was this daily trend line, and I mentioned it already. We were on this. So right here, this one trend line right here, and we currently broke that. That was the first red flag. And I was paying attention on the other videos. I was talking about this trend line, how it's very important, blah blah blah. Anyways, then the second one was this one that comes all the way from down here. I wonder if that could be a weekly. Technically, yeah, that could be a weekly. I'm not glad for all this shit. Alright, so we barely broke it, but look how it wants to get above. But what you really gotta pay attention to is this area right here. This area here. And after it breaks that area, you're going to want to watch over this. These two areas right here. Because first of all, you have a 3 monthly support area that the market shot up and it's been hanging on after that. If you notice right here, but this is your main support. Well, this is your main support for this floating floating island, I call it. And if not, that island is gonna break, and then it's gonna all depend on this. Because if you go to your 3 monthly, that's what we close this last 3 monthly candle. So if it goes below that, then that's gonna be something to the market. So we gotta pay attention to right here, and I believe the market is gonna open bad because it's gonna be scared from yesterday, and I believe Trump didn't really post, tweet, nothing really where they're like anything for the market to be like, okay, at least he took care of that person. Now something you the market's gonna open scared, and it's barely hanging. It's in the forward candle on this cushion. It's your first stop. This cushion is your rally cushion. As long as it stays inside this green area, that means it's gonna start going back up again. But it goes in the important areas. It's in a dangerous area right here. Um, and then you got See, the next cushion that you have, because you are hanging on top of, just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin was hanging on this floating island. And when I say that is, when we get these new prices, the market starts creating its own support, and it floats and it hangs up there. So it's like a floating island. Um, so yeah, so it's still good. It's still bullish, but it's something to be careful of, because the next support region really is down here in this region. So we're gonna have a big drop, or we're gonna start creating new drops, because the next area is gonna be right here, and that's gonna be a bad area. This is your tariff zone right here, your tariffs. So if anything, the market's gonna come down, test these regions here, and then gradually go up. Now, if the market breaks this and you see it down here, you bet your fucking ass that's gonna be the fucking buying dip. That's gonna be your. We're gonna get stuck here and gradually go up, because if we break this and we go down to the regions, then that's when the market's really. If the market is scared right now, just imagine when we drop down here. Just imagine the market. So yeah, so we should be creating some support here, and either he's gonna fucking do whatever, they're gonna do whatever it takes to keep this market happy, at least for a week or two, or this month, because if not, it's gonna be coming on his ass. So that's where you have people like Tom Lee saying to buy this dip. There's just a discount opportunity, and even my indicator is telling you, hey, this is your cushion. So this is where it's gonna be the bottom, and where you're gonna start going on up. Now, if these next 2 weeks or this week we maintain, let me show you with graphs. Let me show you with pictures and drawings. These boxes again. If we stay in these two boxes these 2 weeks, or get back in this box by the end of this week, let's say on Thursday or Friday, we're good. But if by between Monday and Wednesday we break this and we're down here, or down by the purple line, then you bet your fucking ass motherfuckers are gonna be panicking like crazy and buying these stocks, and buying Ethereum, and buying Bitcoin, and buying XRP, buying the coins like crazy. Meanwhile, they're gonna be screaming to you, recession, recession, that's a tip, this is a snap. Um, so yeah, so once you start hanging here by Wednesday or still Thursday, and it's not picking up, even after Friday we're breaking this, you bet your fucking ass they're gonna fucking panic, and we're gonna drop band down. We're gonna drop in these regions right here. We're gonna stop here. And here you have your next 12-hour candle, 50 Fibonacci. So if you go to a 12-hour candle, 50 Fibonacci, that's where you have a 12 there. Means yellow means 12, and the 50 means the 50 Fibonacci. So you have it right here. So if the market does have some sort of crazy panic, that's gonna be your buy the dip for sure. And then from here, gradually we should go back up again and struggle and all that fucking bullshit. If not, again here, and again this trend line, this important trend line. So all that is very put all that together for this week. Gotta take that off. And another red flag that I should have listened to was this trend line right here that was hanging on, and it broke and went back down. So this was my first red flag, and then this, look where it crosses right when the market drops. On top of that, a 4-hour candle, 50 Fibonacci, and the 8-hour candle, 50 Fibonacci. Both of these were either your first entry, first sell. This was your second entry, first sell. And overnight, since the market's still scared and Trump didn't really say shit, it's 11 o'clock. we're most likely gonna struggle, especially we stay here 11:45 to 12:30 is your time to pay attention to. If by 12:45 we're somewhere right here, we're most likely gonna touch this at 2 and then fucking start going down, forming some sort of H. If not, we're gonna stay here and then start going down again, forming some sort of H right here and saying goodbye to this. Since we have no data, there's nothing that's bringing the market up like expectation. There's no data. So the only thing that's gonna move this market is those tweets. Those tweets are gonna move the market, and comments from whoever. But those tweets are gonna move the market because there's no data. We only have data. I think Wednesday or Thursday. So the only thing that move this is gonna be any tweets that these politics fucking make over this week. It's like cause think about it. It's like you're not looking forward for nothing. So why? That's why the market moves up at a certain time, especially when the data comes out at 5:30 in the morning. You'll see how the night before around 11, if we're looking that day, let's say data, we have important data tomorrow. Let's say job opening, job report, whatever was tomorrow. What you would have seen is it would have came at 5:30. You would have seen the market 12, 11:45, 12:30 start picking up, and then chill here, and then be waiting here for 11, 5. I mean for 5:30 data or 6. It comes out and boom, shoots right through this. Now the market is up good. It's above the trend line. The market opens happy. Um, Shit like that. But since there's nothing looking forward, why would you put money? It's like think about you. You're seeing the market dumping right now. Would you put money in the market? Why would you put money in the market right now if it's going down and it could go down lower? So, what do you think hedge fund billionaires are gonna do the same? What do you think they're buying? Of course, they're buying, but why would everybody, all these the money that normally goes in, why would they normally go in if it's scared? Otherwise, if it was going in, the market would have been flying. So that's what I think what the market's gonna do in the next fucking 4 hours. Now let me go to Bitcoin. Even Bitcoin selling in Ethereum. Look where Bitcoin ended falling down to on this weekly trend line. I just noticed it yesterday. You can see it right here too. Right here, right here, and boom. That's it. It's all the way since down there. And then you have this monthly, two monthlies, or three. Because you got the original one, since down here, that's still active and nothing has touched it. And look where it's at right next to the monthly 50. The monthly 50 is right here. And that's exactly where this trend line is at. So if we do create some sort of recession-like market, then I could see that Bitcoin going down and hitting that 50 Fibonacci of 41,000, and that would be magnificent. You know how many people are gonna be buying fucking Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, all these coins, while others are gonna be panicking. But I don't really see that happening. But if that would, my guy, the next one, it's right here. 1, 2 connections, so you stretch it out. And then let me now zoom in. What the hell is that? Alright. Sun goes through right here. Oh, that was a 50 Fibonacci. The next one was this. Oh, this one right here. Stretch it out, and then this could be one of the zones that we could touch later on with Bitcoin, maybe, but that's a maybe. And then this, the current monthly one right now on this current trend. It starts right here, touches here, and look at that right with that 50. Sorry for the mess. So look, there's that 50, and there's a monthly trend line. So I'll be interested if it does go down to the 94s, and then if it went down to the 94s, then then SPX will go down to those next area down that I told you. That makes sense too. But for now, you have this trend line that is holding it right now. In the next drop, it's all the way down there. So I don't really see the market, if based on how Bitcoin is looking, I don't see Bitcoin, or I don't see SPX dropping like crazy. This could be the bottom for now, especially because look where SPX ended up. I mean, Bitcoin ended up bouncing from. All this like this. This is not just no coincidence. So this is the touch for this weekly trend line. If SPX starts going down and doing that H, then Bitcoin's gonna start doing the same. It's gonna break this. And let me see, weekly, the next weekly is down here. So we could grab to these prices down here. So let me check on my actual indicator. Technically, the next drop will be right here. There's the trend line. Yeah, the next drop will be in the zone right here. First, you will hit this one, which is this right here, and then you will go down here to this region. Hard resistance right here. Play around here to do a high, a low, a high again to fold them, and then lower and just drop here, or not like that quick, but just bullshit here until finally it starts dropping down, and then but then SPX will have to then start forming that H and going down, and it really needs some fear. It's not gonna go just down based, just based on breaking certain resistance support. It's not gonna go down that quick. To break that support, it really needs to get scared, just like the S&P 500 or whatnot. Ethereum wise, well, I'll go into Ethereum in another video because I think I talked too much in this video already. But same thing with Bitcoin, same thing with Ethereum. You can see Ethereum's holding right here. We can see we have a 12-hour candle trend line. Let me go to a 12-hour candle. It's probably this one right here. Watch. Yeah, see. So if Bitcoin and SPX do that each, I can see Ethereum go to, let's see. Well, actually, it's not gonna be that easy. The reason why I say that because you have a 3 monthly. Uh, sorry for the mess, you guys. 3 monthly candle that stopped right here, so it's gonna act like a support, and it's a 3 monthly, so it's not like it's gonna go through it just like nothing. You have my indicates on you this is your pretty much your bottom for right now. But if we come back down to this region, and it's a 3 candle box, so you have 1 candle, 2 candle. The first one gives you the support. The second one gives you the resistance, and then the third one, either by tomorrow by 5 p.m. we're gonna be down here, and you got to see this red candle, and this box is gonna complete, and it's gonna be red, and we're gonna close either here or we're gonna be somewhere halfway between these two. And then you guys see S&P keep on going down, and you guys see Bitcoin break that weekly trend line that was on. But yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. And if not, and if by 12 tomorrow, Ethereum Ethereum is back in here. Yeah, back in here or in here in this other box. We should be good. Should be cut at the next resistance. The Fibonacci, the 4 candle and the 3 hour candle. Let's see, look, 50 Fibonacci right here, and 3 hour candle, 50 Fibonacci. So that's gonna act like a resistance on the way up. But that's what you want it to close tomorrow, somewhere up here. If not, you won't see it up here. You're gonna fucking like I said, you're gonna see it maybe wake like it is right now and just go down and close back. And you're gonna see all these three go down at the same time. Actually, all these four, but yeah, all these three because they're synchronized. Anyways, I said too much, you guys. So try to get more